Alright guys, it's Monday, it's a new week, and more books be dropping. So let's find out which ones made our list. Stay tuned. Welcome back, Gainers, to another incredible, fantastic, exciting, super episode of ComicGains! Yeah! If you're new to the show, I'm Adam.
I'm Zach, and this Princess Royal House looking very lovely, just like usual, doing that princess play, so bow down and respect. And there's Coco. All hail Coco.
Freshly cut.
Back
from the groomers. Coco, that is. Alright, guys. So, like I said, today is Monday, and if you've been following ComicGains for a while, we like to do a little thing called the drop list, where we pay attention to which books were hot and trending a year ago, and which ones have now taken a huge dive in price. It's getting a little easier these last few months as the whole comic market has taken a little bit of a dip. But, you know, it also gives you an idea of maybe some books to be looking at. We've also, definitely drinking some of our own juice here. Drop juice, if you want to call it. And gotten some of the books that were on our own list. But, kind of a fun thing going on. But before we do any dropping, we need to do some popping.
Pop in and lock it. If you're crazy, don't stop it. Anyways, that doesn't make sense. So we got a Coca-Cola Marshmallow. No, done by the artist Marshmallow. It's a watermelon strawberry flavored soda. And, sodas are bad for you, so I'm not going to drink too many. But I'm drinking this one. And it's kind of cool, kind of simple. I like it. Get those games.
There's a lot of mystery behind who Marshmallow was for a long time. I think they know who he is now, but maybe.
It's probably my dad. That guy's weird.
Marshmallow's your dad? Isn't that good?
Marshmallow, you made a mistake, Dad.
I don't know, fake watermelon's never a good idea, I don't think. It's got to be real watermelon or nothing, fake, I don't think scientists figured out how to create fake watermelon flavor.
What you do is you take the watermelon, put a spout on the bottom of it, put a thing of alcohol on top, and pour. Delicious.
That works. Alright, guys. So, let's get into these drop lists. Let's see which books were hot and now are not. Dropped. That works, Zach. Okay, so first up on our list, we have Star Slayer number 2 from 1982. This is a really cool book, but it is done by Mike Grell. Actually did both the art and the story. Done by Pacific Comics. I don't think we've had a Pacific Comics book on our list before, so this is the first to the drop list. But if you didn't know, and I didn't know, I remember we were at this comic shop looking through this book, and Princess holds up, you guys know what this is? And we're both like, I don't know what this is. She goes, it's first appearance of Rocketeer and origin. So, pretty cool, story book. It's kind of weird that his first appearance would be in Star Slayers, but
yeah,
you never know. But this book got hot a year ago. Last August, Disney announced that they're going to be doing a movie on Disney Plus based on the Rocketeer. So, kind of cool when that happens. All these books jump up in price really big. It's kind of hard to say if they're going to linger on because it was already a good book. It should have been expensive anyways. 1982 should have been. So, it's hard to say. Obviously, a year has gone by and I have not seen a Rocketeer movie unless you guys have. I saw that one back in 1991 and I thought it was okay when it came out. Apparently, it didn't resonate very well. I know there's that Billy Campbell guy was a star. Where did that guy go?
Right.
But I did have Jennifer Connelly in it, and I like Jennifer Connelly, so...
And he killed some Nazis, I believe, in it.
There was Nazis in it?
I think there was, unless I'm thinking about another movie.
Indiana Jones? There might have been Nazis, I don't know.
I love it when they kill Nazis.
But, but then when that kind of stuff happens, the book drops. And, Zach, how far did Star Slayers number 2 drop?
Oh, yeah, it went into a black hole. Jeez, it's really bad. It was selling for $450 a year ago. Now it's $275.
That's not bad, though.
The range is $250 to $519. And I forgot to write down the average, apparently. Oops, it's probably about $250. Oh well, happens.
Only partial news.
Oh, wait, I think it was $333. Alright, let's go. I would say... I don't know enough about this character to give a good kind of explanation on it. The cover it's not the greatest cover in the
I don't
world.
mind the cover.
It's not,
I like
well,
it,
that's just
actually.
my opinion. I'm thinking about
It doesn't
you
go
know,
with
like
Rocketeer at all.
Yeah, it doesn't
But it's
go.
a good cover.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't vibe with me, but it might vibe with you. It's a nice 1982 book, like I said. So it's in that time period where I'm like, okay,
Bronze Age?
This is the time when you want to pick up the good Bronze Age keys. I mean,
End of the Bronze Age, for
yeah,
sure.
so that one might not be a bad book to get, but will the Rocketeer take off, or will he crash and burn? We'll find out.
No pun intended.
Another couple days, but another couple years, I'm sure. I would say I would spend my money elsewhere, but it would not be a horrible pickup at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, it goes. I mean, it's still that's not that cheap, you know, $275.
Yeah.
So
If it was
still,
100, I would be like,
but I mean,
pick
it's
it
a
up.
1982 book, so okay. You know, last year a lot of, and we've already reported on these kind of books before, but there's another one because a lot of these went on the drop list. You got The Pirate Queen, #1 from Bad Idea Comics, 2021. This was done by Adam Poling and Peter Milligan. This is a 4-issue limited series about basically a woman whose crew and husband were killed, and now she has gone on a journey of vengeance to attack the people that hurt her family. So, I think Princess has #1 and #2 came across these books. This is all part of like that whole, you know, Bad Idea. And they had some really brilliant marketing because all these books, every time a new book came out, went crazy and was really expensive. But like almost all of them have made our drop list and have not retained their value at all. So I don't know where that lies in the smartness of it. Obviously, like, you know, I don't know if they made any more money off other people really wanting the books because it's kind of like the secondary market made more money. But then all those people that bought it in the secondary market expecting them to be expensive, now they're all hurting because they're all not worth anything. Which is kind of weird. Of the ones I read of some of the Bad Idea books, I did think the stories were decent. They're all really short. I don't think any of them were like longer than a few issues, if not that. I will tell you, the quality of the book was amazing, almost too good. Like, I don't really like when the cardstock covers are that hard, where it's like, you can't read it without damaging it. I didn't like that. The ones I read, it was almost like, you read it, it's no longer a 9.8. Where there is some books you can read, and there's still 9.8s afterwards. The Bad Idea books were like, don't read these books. I don't know, that's what I felt from the covers. Like, you fold that cover over, and there's a nice crease on the outside of the cover, and you don't want that, I don't think. I mean, it's hard to say, you know?
Well, what he's meaning to say, you know, when you look at the spine, and you don't open up the book, it's a nice, clean kind of line, you know? It's the edge, right? But when you open it up, then you can actually see why. It's slightly, you know, the paper slightly bends and it gets a little bit more weaker, I guess.
Yeah.
So some people say that's not damage, but it's not as if it was freshly pressed down.
I like
that
books,
makes sense.
I like books that you can read and are still look brand new after you're done reading them.
Like,
You know.
a perfect one would be the trade paperbacks.
Yeah.
What's the one? The Killing Joke. If you read that one, you know it's been read.
yeah. Same with those. Yeah, those are kind of hurtful. But I don't know, Zach. Where has the Pirate Queen taken us on this journey of a year?
She sold off the edge of the world. So it was selling for $51 for CGC 9.8 a year ago. Now it's selling for $30. The range is $30 to $135. Average is $77.50. I mean, if Bad Idea is actually recognized as a good industry, not a good industry, but a good company, and people think that the early run Bad Idea books is pretty cool, I guess this book could become fairly expensive. But honestly, I don't think so. I think it was actually a bad idea, and they should have never opened up their doors. But that's just me, and I'm being very, critical of them. But I could be wrong. If you love their stuff, $30 for 9.8, buy it up, player.
The artwork is good. I mean, the covers, they got nice artwork on it.
It's fantastic artwork.
The book's cool. It's just, I don't know. Feel bad for anyone that had the FOMO and bought it at the high.
At $135.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think we paid cover price for that.
Yeah, had to.
All right. Next up on the list, you got some doozies here. These are some doozies. You got New Avengers number 7, 2005, and yes, we do have a copy of this. We were not quick enough to sell this. We have David Finch and Brian Michael Bendis, creative group on this one. This is first appearance of the Illuminati, and you got Professor X, Doctor Strange, Black Bolt, Iron Man, and Namor. Overall, this is one of the stories I need to go back and read fully because it's an awesome story. The whole New Avengers run, there's so many good books and so many good keys. Just a great story overall, but I kind of feel like that was our one shot or one opportunity to sell this book on the high. When they had that, a year ago, they announced, Illuminati's coming. They showed up in the Doctor Strange movie. The books were selling like 100 or more raw and high grade. We were like, let's, maybe we should sell ours. And I think we jumped on a little too late. Weren't able to sell our book. Now they're much further down, about down to like $30. They're probably even cheaper than that, like if you're looking at it. I don't know. I honestly don't see how they could do Illuminati again. It just seems like not for a long, long time. It just seems like silly that they would ever bring the Illuminati back up. Maybe they could. On a side note, I didn't know this till I was doing the research. There's a newsstand version of this book, and it is still really expensive. It's 5 times more valuable than the direct edition, which is crazy. That's a lot. Really expensive. I need to go check and see if some of ours were newsstand. I don't know, Zach. What do you think about this book on the drop list? How do you feel? Do you have different feelings than me?
No, they're not taking over the world, guys. This Illuminati is not. So prices a year ago was $300. Now it's $129.99. Range is $100 to $700 over a year span. It was $700 for 9A at one point, guys. Wow, that's a big drop. Average sale is $309.28. I mean, if you wanted to buy one, I'm not going to be mad at you, but this book is going nowhere. This book is probably 90% plus not going anywhere, so I would probably not get this book, to be honest.
Well, if you were trying to complete that run, now you can.
Now you can.
Yeah, now you don't got to worry about it.
Pretty easy buy.
Cool cover, too. I like the Spider-Woman in the middle there. She looks nice. Okay, next up on the list, and this is the only one we don't have. You have Amazing Spider-Man 337 from 1990. It's a nice, cool picture here. You have Eric Larson cover. David Michelini did the story on this. That's the guy who did all the original Venom stories, so pretty cool. This is first full appearance of the second Sinister Six. So we're always getting confused. Who's in the Sinister Six? Who was in the original one? Who was in the... I mean, we're getting confused. You guys might not be confused, but we're always like, who was in that group? The second group was Dr. Octopus, Electro, Mysterio, Sandman, Hobgoblin, and the Vulture. So obviously this was a really big spec. We had pretty much all of these characters lined up for the No Way Home movie, except Hobgoblin, to come in and finally take his place and do the Sinister Six. And what happened? It didn't happen. It did not happen. And, Zach pointed out that they haven't brought Hobgoblin, so there's a chance that this could happen later on. I'm kind of on the thinking that it's not going to happen. I think that was their opportunity to have all the characters in one movie together, and they didn't do it. I don't think they blew it. They just didn't do it. They just didn't do it. I don't see why they would bring all those characters back in the same movie again later on and then do it even like, oh, now Hobgoblins and now we need the second Sinister Six. I don't know. Maybe it still has some pretty good value, but what do you think, Zach? Where are we at on this book for the drop list? Which didn't drop that far.
No, it didn't drop that far. The prices were all over the place, so it almost didn't make the drop list.
Almost didn't cut it.
But there was a price a year ago, sold for $500. A lot of them sold for $300 plus, but $500. That's the one that kind of stuck out for me. And sells now $258.71. Average or range is $138.49 to $500. Average sales is $267.76. I think, honestly, it's going to happen. I don't know when it's going to happen. It would make sense if they were to do a Sinister Six that they would introduce it along with Hobgoblin, and it would kind of show that, hey, I am a powerful character. ex-friend, or I actually don't remember that you're my friend kind of thing. And I mean, this would be pretty cool. Not only would be bring a Hobgoblin, and it would bring the Sinister Six in, and then it would also make this book go pretty bonkers for a period of time, which you could make a fair amount of money. But I would say this is, if you can get it for under $200 in a 9.8, I'd pick this book up.
It's a good cover too, Eric Larson cover.
I'm looking.
It would be nice if they did like a Disney Plus show where they let the villains be the stars and just had the Sinister Six TV show, no Spider-Man, right? Just let him like run a little havoc.
That'd be pretty cool.
He could run his own show. You have a Netflix TV show.
I think that would be pretty cool.
Right?
Good idea.
Everybody else gets their own show.
Maybe we can
Might as well have a Hobgoblin show. All right. The last book on the list that made the drop. I was kind of surprised this was on the drop list a little bit. So it's kind of a book I was surprised it ever got that expensive, even though I really, really like this book. And now it's kind of dropped down a little bit. But you have Werewolf by Night, #1. This is the 2020 edition. The Mike McCone and Taboo. I love that. The writer's name is Taboo. It's cool.
Oh, that's really
But yeah, first appearance of Jake Gomez, the Werewolf by Night. You have Gael Garcia Bernal was cast as Werewolf by Night for the Halloween special. We still don't know who he's going to play though. There's a lot of people are speculating that he's going to be Jake Gomez, but he could be Jack Russell. It could be one. Still nobody knows who it's going to be. And, I'm not really necessarily betting one way or the other. I do have a bunch of the Jake Gomez ones and I have none of the Jack Russell ones. But could go. I can tell you, having read the Jake Gomez story, it's a really good story. And I think it would transfer really well to a TV show or to a special. Just the character and listening to the music when he has to fight in order to control being like the werewolf. He either like goes crazy when he doesn't have the music playing, which could transfer really well to a TV. Can you imagine him like fighting and having this really cool music going while he's like kicking a bunch of ass? It would work really well. And he has a really strong support system with like this girl who kind of does his playlist for him, and then his like family members are kind of in the background where he comes back and he's like, it's a good story. And not that I think I need to read more Jack Russell, not that he's a bad character. I don't think there's a lot of cool things that happen around Jack Russell and not necessarily himself being like a really strong character, but different things. There is some side notes for this book. There's a 1 in 50 that is a really cool cover and garnishes a lot of value. And there's a 1 in 100 that's also really cool, which is worth less than the 1 in 50. So keep that in mind. There's some variants that are special to get. But if you're interested in getting this book, it might be a good time. It could also, if he's not the character in the Halloween special, will probably get really cheap. So I don't know if it's a good idea to buy it at any time before the special. Or if he's in the special, then it might get more. I don't know. It's kind of a toss-up. You could go either way. Zach will give you better information, though.
Okay, so
hopefully.
Prices a year ago was $325. Prices now for a CGC 9.8, $100. Criminal. It's been as low as $73 and as high as $325. So the high was.
I can't believe it's that expensive.
Average sales is it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Average sales is $149.27. Guys, worst case scenario, he doesn't show up. Book drops a little bit more. He's gonna go to $50 for a 9.8.
Probably.
Right?
Yeah.
50% discount. They're gonna use this guy. They're gonna use him. Absolutely. They want to have more like comic book, not villains, but with movie monsters. They want to have more. I'm telling you, they want to have more movie monsters or something related to the movie monsters. Dracula's gonna show up because of Blade. And some kind of
you already got Moon Knight.
Swamp Thing or Man Thing's gonna show up, and that'll be like the creature from the Lost Lagoon. It's gonna happen.
Will he be giant size?
Yeah, he might be. I hope so. But they're gonna be doing all this, guys. It's they have to. People have a big love for horror, moving monsters, kind of stuff, and if you can mix that in with Marvel, and if you can mix that in with Marvel, I mean, you're gonna get some more fan base. It makes perfect sense, and the music thing. That's pretty brilliant, honestly, if they actually do that. And $100, you might lose 50% off. Just buy one or two, 9.8s, and if it goes crazy, it's going to go crazy. It's going to go crazy because this seems like a very cool character that has a lot of potential. I would say this is probably the buy, like the cheap buy for this entire list. I would get this book if you don't already have it, and buy it raw if you don't want to spend $100, or buy bunch graded. Do whatever. I just think you should at least have one copy.
It's a good Hulk homage cover too.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. And if you haven't read it, pick it up, read it. It's nice. It's only like 4 issues. And it doesn't feel quite like it got resolved at the end. So I kind of would like to know where they're going with this character. He's such a big character, and that haven't seen him in another book since this. So be cool if something else happened. New Midnight Suns. I don't know. Something cool. Ghost Rider.
Yeah, Ghost Rider.
Werewolf by Night. Moon Knight. I don't know.
You could do it.
Anything's possible. All right, guys, that wraps up the drop list for the beginning of September. Stay tuned for next Monday for more dropping goodness. They're going to be dropping like bowling bombs, you know?
And if you're watching this and you were on our Whatnot show and the Princess Whatnot show, thank you very much. We have another one next weekend. This weekend, I guess. Saturday, probably 4 p.m. But we'll keep you updated in case that changes.
And don't forget, hang out with us Wednesday live. We love seeing all you guys on there. It's fun to do the interaction. Like
fun.
See your guys' comments and be able to respond to it immediately in person. It's a great time, and we love it. And if you love it, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell so you always know when new things are happening and going down with the ComicGains family. Leave a comment down below. Let us know if you were specking on any of these drop books, or if you agree with our drop list, or you disagree with our drop list, because we need some, devil's advocate in our life.
We need to have a conversation, guys. Let's do this.
Let's do it. And Zach, you have anything else special you want to say today?
Yeah, sure. How you do that is, you have to be an adamant object. Yeah, sometimes you're made out of wood. Sometimes you're made out of, cotton and feathers, or a number of things. I mean, whatever you can do it. It's just 4 posts, a flat, a backing thing, and you're there, right? And you can, you like to be, sat on and, stepped on, but you're not. It's not supposed to be for that guy. So please don't use that, because the chair doesn't want that either. It's not a step stool. That's beneath them, literally beneath them. And yeah, that's how you become a chair, guys.
I thought you were going to say a bed.
I'm the mattress. I'm going to eat one mattress and I'm going to eat twice. Yeah, that's how you become a chair, guys. The best invention ever. Think about it, guys. Think about it.
When you don't have one, you wish you did.
Yes.
When you have too many, you don't care.
Yeah, then you're like, oh, well, let's burn this one. Or let's break your friend's one that's actually an inheritance from their mother. Uh-oh. Oh, let's cut this off.
All right, let's move on from the chair talk. Until we see you next time, stay safe. And remember,
get those seating gains.
Get 'em.
Every single one.
Those gains are best taken while seated.